Today, we're going to make a splash. Hey, this is Scott Weidenkivowitz, a storyteller with a camera talking about all the things photographers like you and I are thinking about. In this video, we're going to be talking about the MIOPS Splash. If you recall, I did a review of the MIOPS remote and I was quite pleased with the results. You can check out the video by clicking the card up above right now. Now, the MIOPS Splash has a different purpose than the MIOPS remote. The MIOPS remote is to just trigger with a bunch of different trigger types like motion or like lightning and vibration or just a timer. It could just be a long exposure timer and many other types of triggering events. But one thing it can't do on its own is to get the perfect timing for water drops. And that is where this kit comes in handy. Now I have to say thank you to MIOPS. I did not pay for this. They did send this my way. So thank you to MIOPS for letting me try this out. And I'm looking forward to it. And like everything else, I will share my positive feedback and my negative feedback. I prefer leaning more towards positive, but it is a review, so I have to share my honest opinion on this. Now, and I did with the MIOPS remote. If you, again, watch that video, then you'll see my feedback on that product. So we're gonna open this up right now, and then I'm going to set up a water drop thing, and we'll do some photos, and we'll check it out. First up is this part. I don't know how this is all set up, so, you know, I've never opened it. Literally, there's tape on it. I need to go get a knife. We have the quick start guide. We have the water drop kit. This is really nice because you actually get to put the water in here. The water comes out of here. There's some electronics in here. This is a trigger for a flash, so, well, let me open it up. So it looks like the electronics you would basically plug in using the little headphone plug, and then on this end, we actually have the male part for a flash, to trigger a flash. So this should be nice. Now this can't go onto my Godox strobe. It'll have to go onto like a Nikon SB800 or something like that, so I'll be able to use that. All right, so they actually sent me, this is really funny, I use the same thing in my video setup. I've got one of these for my monitor, and I've got one of these for my microphone, little boom arm. So this is going to have to go on top of the camera, and this is a phone holder. Now from past experience, because Trigger Trap used to have a device like this as well, this does not open very far. I can't get my phone in this, so I won't be able to use their included phone holder. So I made a mistake just there. I needed to record another video just to explain what just happened. I just opened the box and I had no idea what each of the things was for. I didn't read the manual yet, and then not until I read the manual did I realize that boom arm was not meant for a phone, and the phone mount is not meant for a phone, even though that's what it's commonly used for. The boom arm is actually used to hold the dropper kit in a certain angle. You can get it over a bowl or a plate and up higher, and you mount that on a tripod or a light stand or something like that. And then the phone holder is actually meant to hold the electronic part of the dropper kit. So there you go. You'll see what I mean in a little bit when you see the behind the scenes of, well, me testing this out. All right, so basically I have a bowl right here, which you'll see in a little bit. This is a bowl, and then behind the bowl is a flash. It's just going to be hard to see it all from this macro lens. I am using a macro lens, a 105 Nikon macro lens. Right above is the splash kit, and it's all connected. And then I have an HDMI cable coming out of the camera to go into my computer so I can record it. And then I'm going to use the MIOPS mobile app to trigger this, and we're going to do that. And there it is. And then it took the photo, and if I go to preview the photo, this is what it was. It's a little bit dark, so I'm going to do another one. I think it's because live view is on. I'm going to turn live view off for a second. And then I'll turn the preview back on. Let's see. Look how good that looks. Now I'm using a bowl that I've been testing in, so it's already wet, and it's a bowl that I use for cooking, so it's scratched. Typically you could use a plate or something like that. And And that way you don't have to worry about getting overhead of the bowl. And then that flash that you saw, or didn't really see yet, but the flash has a blue gel on it, and then that gel is creating that blue tint. If I was to remove the gel, then you would see a more natural tone, but there is a gel on there, so that is why you see the blue. I can switch it up, and as you see, I can zoom in, and I can see the reflections, I can see how smooth the water is, you can see all the drops, and it's pretty freaking cool that it did that. Now I'll do another one. You can see the difference that it is in fact, just water. And you can see that one was blur. So it's not perfect every time. Let me turn off the live view. And then if we preview that one, you can see that one is great. So if I go back to, you'll see it's gonna look a little different. It's very similar actually, but it's different. And so yeah, you could add different gels, and you can add different, change it from a bowl to a plate, or use a colored bowl versus a clear bowl, and it gives you all this ability to do that. Now you can trigger this two ways. You can trigger this using a flash setup, or you can just trigger it using just camera setup, and camera won't require a flash, but then you can't really add the colored gels as you would unless you use natural continuous lighting, or some sort of continuous lighting to do that. So it is a little compact, a little bit cumbersome to make this work. It is a very niche thing, but it is a very possible thing to do. And so yeah, let me show you the setup so you can see why I say that it's very tight and whatnot. Okay, so here is the setup, and you can see that over here I've got the camera. It's connected to the splash into the camera port, and then there's another cable coming out going back behind to the flash. The flash has a mag mount on it with a blue gel. There's a bowl here with water. Again, you can use a plate or you can use a bowl. Plates might be a little bit easier. And then it's on a little tripod with the the boom arm here, and the water is in here. And then when you push the little test button, it drops the water. I'll push it again. And that's it. That's the whole setup. Now, this HDMI cable going out here is actually just going to my computer. You can see it's recording right there. And that's really the whole setup. It's very cumbersome because you have to, everything's got to be very tight in here. Everything's got to be cabled, and that's a little bit annoying. The only thing that's not cabled is the phone that is triggering the Bluetooth in here to let it go. And you can actually specify the timing and everything that you want. So you can actually specify the timing that you want for the trigger. You can actually specify, how much of a delay you want it to be and how many times you want it to be and things like that. So it's a neat thing. Like I said, it is very, very niche, and it's not something that I probably do very often, but for what it is, it actually works pretty darn well. So I'm impressed with how well it works. It did take a little bit of tinkering to figure out the best settings for this setup that I had. The settings that were set by default weren't ideal for my setup, but because you can have a different setting for your flash, you can have a different shutter speed, you can have bulb mode or not bulb mode, or you could use a gel or not use a gel, and you can have live view or not use live view. Every little thing like that makes a difference. So you have to tinker and figure out what works best, and it takes a while. And then you have to figure out focus. You have to make sure that the water is clear, sharp, and how do you focus on water that you don't see until it goes? It's a process. But it worked. It worked, and I'm impressed. MIOPS did it again. They created a product that works really well. And if you need water drop photos, if you're doing stock photography and need water drop photos, check it out, MIOPS Splash. Thank you to the Mac Worldwide Warranty Company. They partner with me on all these videos, and I get an extended warranty on all of my cameras and lenses, so that if I drop it or if it gets wet water damage, it is covered. Their diamond warranty covers that damage. If you are in the need of an extended warranty, check out the Mac Worldwide Warranties. They are available at a camera and electronic stores around the world. And if you like this video, click that subscribe button below now. I publish new videos every Monday and Thursday whenever possible. You don't want to miss it.